Kia ora koutou, ngā mihi nui koutou. Welcome to the final live stream of our 2020 campaign. I'm
Kia
joined
ora,
by
everyone.
our wonderful deputy leader in Tamaki Makaurau, Shai Navut. How are you?
I'm very good, Geoff. It feels very strange and really crazy that we have actually made it here to the finish line. It's just incredible. I feel very blown away by this huge surge in support that we have had this week. Not just financially, which was mind-blowing and wonderful, but also just
So for
more
people who don't know,
ground.
hang on, before you carry on, Shai.
Sorry.
For people who don't know, we asked for about $3,000 to run a newspaper ad, and we got $25,000 in a day. So it was extraordinary. I mean, I was just so blown away by that. And so in case you haven't seen it, ICYMI, there have been top ads in every major newspaper in the country over this week.
Amazing.
And 2 in the Herald. And I've got to say, I was so chuffed that we put that housing graph into Granny Herald, who has, they get most of their advertising revenue from frickin' real estate.
I know, it's true. The only way the Herald was ever going to run anything sensible about our housing disaster was if we paid for it. So.
Absolutely. And I got to tell you folks, behind the scenes, the Herald fact checked everything in that ad. They were so resistant to running that ad. It was amazing, but I was so happy. Like, I want to do high and low later, but this is obviously my high, right? In between raising that money and getting a picture of our housing crisis in the Herald, highlight. What's that thing they say in computer games? Level completed. I'm
level up.
Level up. Yeah, we clocked that game. So
I think so too.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, you were talking about the support this week. Back from that segue.
Amazing. Sorry, great segue. Great to clarify, and everyone's caught up now. And it's just been the most incredible week. And honestly, every single hour that people give us, I'm blown away that people contribute their time and for this hope and this vision that we have for our country and this determination to do whatever they can to bring about the change that we need. And it just is wonderful. Yeah, I'm feeling quite emotional, so bear with me tonight, guys. I'm really sorry.
Oh, Shazzy.
And just all the messages of support that I have received and our team has been receiving from people that we've never met. And it's really beautiful that we have had a positive impact in whatever way it transpires, but the fact that we've given you hope of something better in this political arena is what we can hope to achieve. Geoff's going to get emotional too. Got a bunch of really feeling people on the Facebook Live tonight, guys. Oh, we are going to take some questions, so do feel free to start typing them in, and Geoff and I'll also try and check them as well.
Absolutely. Just on the topic though of finishing the campaign on a high, just because we've been updating our people on our progress on all of this stuff throughout the campaign. So just to give you some idea, we have finished the campaign 3rd on Facebook. So behind Labor and National, who have like at least 10 times the budget that we have, right? That's, they probably have more than that.
Far more.
But at least 10 times the budget. We have finished 3rd behind them. We have beaten the Greens on Facebook by about a third. By about 30%. It's extraordinary, right? What we've achieved there. And then New Zealand First, ACT, Māori Party are all, we've more than doubled their impact on Facebook. We finished the week with the top post. So that was our open letter to national supporters. If you missed that, then where were you, frankly? Because that post did so well, it formed the basis of the ads that we put in most of the dailies around the country.
And while we're talking about our amazing Facebook success, we have to thank Adam, who is behind most of that success, I think, and our advertising team as well, who have been incredible in that area. So
yep. Sneakers Media and Mana Communications
and Mana,
yep, have all been fantastic, helping us in those areas. And while we're talking about statistics, also, we not only finished first on YouTube, but we dominated YouTube to the extent that we had 2/3 of the political market on Facebook through this over this campaign. Oh, sorry, on YouTube over this campaign. So we totally dominated with our videos there. So that's awesome to see. So fantastic results all there, and all we can do now is sit back and wait for tomorrow night. We will be coming. I should say this. We will be. I hope, if the technology works, we will be coming to you live from election night as well.
After 7 p.m.
After 7 p.m. Yes, it might not be till sort of 8 or 9. We can't promise you when, but we will be live tomorrow night. So keep an eye on our Facebook page. If you like our Facebook page, you'll get the notifications. Shai, you haven't even voted yet.
And neither have you.
Sprung. What's your thinking there? Are you just old-fashioned?
Yes. 100% yes. I like the ceremony and the feeling that it's a special day, and so I'm going down tomorrow morning to cast my votes.
Awesome.
And your reason, Geoff?
Oh, I gotta say, I used to be a proponent of early voting, and then I got burnt back in 2014. So obviously 2017 I voted top, but back in 2014 I voted early, like almost as early as you could, and then the party I voted for, who shall remain nameless, put out a policy that I was just like, what the hell? This is such populist crap.
I'm going to be asking you for the details on that later.
Yeah, I'll tell you offline. Anyway, it so enraged me that I vowed I would never vote early again. Now, I would have voted in the past couple of days had I had time, but the past couple of days have just been so busy with last minute campaigning that I haven't done. So I'm not totally against early voting as a whole, but I certainly wouldn't vote in the first week of early voting. I got burnt, and so Anyway, so what else do we need to? We're going to take questions
in a moment.
Yeah.
But just really quickly, Geoff. I think this week is maybe the high. Is there any other thing?
High. Yeah, I mentioned the high was definitely raising that money, and then putting an ad about housing in the Granny Herald. Yeah. Oh, yes. What's been your high?
This whole week has been pretty incredible. I think overall, looking back, things that I had the most fun doing were some of the things I said I would never ever do, like picketing, which is so much fun when you have fun people to do it with. So I.
You mean wobbleboarding, like?
I mean, like holding up your signs at lights, being like photo.
But picketing, I kind of think of picketing as you're kind of preventing people getting past. We just call it wobbleboarding.
Okay. It sounds. I like saying picketing better. Wobbleboarding, and it was so much fun. I loved that. I loved door knocking. Obviously with COVID, it meant we didn't get a chance to do it a lot. But yeah, those were the things I guess I loved the most, and just our team.
Yeah.
Probably actually overall, our team is the best part about this whole thing.
Yeah. So low, what was your low? Low from the campaign.
The lowest points for me have always been whenever I've spoken to people, and this has happened multiple times, and they like to tell me for at least 5 or 10 minutes why poor people deserve to be poor. And it's happened so many times, and it is the lowest I can get, because at that point, you're not dealing with someone you can have a rational, logical conversation with, and they hold on to this belief, this myth so strongly. And it just makes me really sad that people, have these really negative views against people in our own society. And I find that really, really hard emotionally.
Yeah.
I told you guys I was going to be emotional tonight. I warned you. Okay, Geoff, shall we try and start taking some questions? Because I think
yes.
Scroll back because I think I might have missed a few.
We had one from Matthew. This is an easy one to answer. Is Abe for Wellington Central also Abe from Whakamaru? I think you mean Whakamana. And yes, that is the same Abe. He has moved from Dunedin to Wellington and is looking at setting up Whakamana Cannabis Museum here in Wellington. But obviously COVID. So that's been an issue for him. But he is here and will be at our Wellington celebration tomorrow night.
And there's a question here, Geoff, and I like this question a lot, from Tenshi Garushia. Can you guarantee Top will stick around for the next election regardless of the result tomorrow? Because I have big plans for that next election. Yes.
She has plans for the next election.
Yeah, this commenter said that.
Oh, great.
It wasn't me adding that last part on. That was the
okay.
I read out their full comment. Yes, the answer to that question. Top is not going anywhere.
Absolutely. And it sounds like Tenshi wants to be a candidate. Is that what she means by?
Yeah, that's great. Cool. All right, then.
We'll be accepting applications from Sunday onwards, Tenshi.
Maybe not quite Sunday. I think people will be sleeping.
No.
So maybe start next week.
Yeah, maybe next week. Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of people saying they voted Top, which is fantastic.
Awesome.
And overseas. Oh, interesting point. That people saying they voted overseas. They're wondering when overseas votes are counted. Yes. So they come in the special votes, which takes about 2 weeks longer. So in 2017, we got a bump of about 10% in our election night result from the specials, because we did do better in the specials, and I'm hopefully we're going to we'll do even better this time. So thank you for all those overseas supporters. Thank you for your support, and your vote still will count, just a bit later than everyone else's. What else have we got here?
Okay. Here we go.
Does anyone else feel like it's the night before Christmas? Do you feel like that, Shai?
The night before a big exam that I don't have to sit.
The night before a big exam you don't have to sit.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. That's honestly how I feel. Like, I feel like tomorrow is the test, but there's nothing I'm allowed to do. I mean, I'm literally not allowed to do anything until 7 p.m. when the test finishes, in a sense.
Yeah, it's quite nice, isn't it?
It's unusual.
Maybe you've already sat the test and you're getting the results tomorrow.
Maybe it's that. Yeah, actually, that is a much better analogy. Thank you, Geoff.
That's all right.
There is a question here from Rachel.
Holy cow!
Sorry.
We got people.
Oh my God. How cool is this? I don't know, everybody. I don't know what you can see right now, but look who it is. It's our candidates. Adam or Joe. I don't know if everybody out there can see them. But they've just gate crashed our live, and I love that. That's
everyone can see them. Everyone can see them, except Jess, can you turn your phone around? Because you're yeah, like that. That's the one. That's the one.
Is that better?
Oh my God, we just got gate crashed. I'm so happy. I love that team.
It is so loud in here. I can't hear you at all, but hi.
We can hear you, Jess, and you're doing great. Do you and Abe want to say a few things?
Do you want to say anything, Abe?
This is such a nice surprise.
Hey.
Hey, Abe.
And it looks like Joel's there too, is he? Is Joel there?
Kia ora, how are you? It's really loud. And, yeah, we've got some chicken dinner.
If you can hear me, just want to say thanks, everybody. You're all amazing. Thank you for all the support. Yeah, it's been fantastic. I'm trying not to cry.
Thanks, Jess. Yeah. Get Shai started.
Yeah. All right, it's so loud. We'll dip out.
Okay, ka kite.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ka kite, guys.
So that is our Southland candidate, Joel Rowlands, Wellington Central, Abe Gray, and Jessica Hammond from Ohio. Obviously, having a dinner together, ready for our celebration tomorrow night. You can tell the emotion is brimming within Jess, and so tomorrow night is going to be waterworks, folks, from all involved, I'm sure. And I'm it was great to see them. For me, tomorrow night is regardless of the result, it is a celebration of this community that we have built. I mean, TOP really now does feel like this massive virtual community. A lot of people haven't even met each other in real life, but we kind of know each other's photos and names on social media.
All of our candidates in real life.
Wow.
I mean, it feels like I have, but yeah, we're living in a virtual world. Well, and COVID didn't help. So.
Shai, you've gone super quiet. What's going on there?
I'm really sorry. I'm going to fix that by plugging in my headset.
Okay, you do that. The other thing is, the other question that's just come through, another question is, what's the dress code for tomorrow night? Well, I think, given the conversation we've just had, I think anyone wanting to wear mascara should make sure it's waterproof. And apart from that, the dress code is entirely up to you. In case you don't know out there, our election night party is Election Oki. So you don't have to sing, but we do have a few of the people who are involved in the TOP team who are either fantastic singers or just like getting up on stage.
Don't worry, I will not be doing that.
I'm in that second category. Yeah. We actually do have some really good singers. Ben and in particular, Ben Wiley is a great singer, and Jess Hammond. So they'll be enough to carry the night, I'm sure. Hey, Shai, we've got one question here from Daniel. How tall are you?
Okay. The real truth or the number I tell people?
Well, that's up to your your personal value set, Shai, whether you're going to tell
okay, so there was a question here from Rachel. Geoff and Shai, do you feel that TOP differs
from
other parties?
You're just not even going to answer it.
No, of course not. Geoff and Shai, do you feel that TOP differs from other parties in the sense that we have such a tight, loyal team? The love and support I see every day from everyone involved is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we could not, what people need to understand, people out there somehow think that TOP, because we're a political party, that we get public funding, and no, we don't. There's the people in Parliament get their salaries, they get travel budgets, they get staff budgets, all that sort of stuff. They have enormous resources at their disposal. Plus, what they get from the Electoral Commission to advertise, plus what is donated to them by various groups. And we can get into the dark arts of political donations, but we don't want to get Shai ranting here. But clearly, some parties, have can attract through foul or fair means some significant donations. Top doesn't have access to any of that public funding. We did get a budget for advertising that can only be spent on advertising ourselves during this election period. So that's what's powered our incredible Facebook campaign. But there is no way that we could deliver even one quarter of the results we have delivered in this campaign without an incredible team of volunteers and donors. Everything you see coming out of Top is either paid for, is either done by volunteers who are giving their own time, and incredibly skilled volunteers. Like I've been, I meet volunteers from other political parties, and ours, person for person, just hands down are way better than any other political party in terms of skill of our volunteers. And we're a tight team. And we also, anything that's not done by volunteers, we rely on donations for. And in 2019, for example, I don't have the stats for this year, but in 2019, the average donation was $20. So it was 25, was it? I got somewhere around there.
25, between 20 and 25, yeah.
Something like that. So we do have an incredible community, supporting Top, and we wouldn't be here without all of them.
Yeah, so well said, Geoff. It's genuinely remarkable that we have run the campaign that we have run with the very small amount of funds that we've had, and with the, everything has been stacked against us in so many different ways. The media decided to pick and choose the losers some time ago before anyone had even started voting. And so, didn't want to give us a lot of airtime. And then we have community organisers, and those people are huge gatekeepers to our democracy as well, because we get our ideas out there in the community by having a platform. And if community organisers decided, as so many did, to only invite parliamentary parties, well, we were blocked out time and time again. And I know that was a huge source of frustration for all of our candidates all around the country. And yet we have, despite all of that, created this amazing community. And I mean, as I was mentioning before, the fact that so many people have reached out messages of support to me, to my team, and I haven't met you, and I just feel like I know you, and I'm so grateful for everything our team and our volunteers right around the country have put in. And that's from every level. I mean, we have volunteers at every single level. The borderal volunteers, our main management team, our social media people. Like, we have so many people who are volunteers and have given so much of themselves to this vision. And I couldn't be prouder to have had the opportunity to be a part of this team.
Fantastic. Thanks, Shai. There's lots of questions coming through now. Some policy stuff. If you get into office, what's your plan for this pandemic recovery? I mean, there's lots of detail on our plans for the COVID recovery on our website. But the crucial thing is that we think, I'd say two major things. We need to be making sure that, we need to be investing to stimulate the economy, but we need to make sure it's going into projects that have a strong business case and that will actually provide us with the infrastructure and businesses that we're going to need for the 21st century, not the 20th. So, the current government is just focusing on what's shovel ready, not enough thought going, or what will buy them votes, which is even worse. We need to focus much more on what's actually going to give the best return on investment for the country. Second thing I'd say is the Reserve Bank is printing $100 billion to keep interest rates down. That's only going to benefit the rich. We think if there's going to be quantitative easing, it should go to the people through a universal basic income. Let's have a temporary universal basic income. Let's use this money to trial it, give the money to everyone, no questions asked. People who are, have debt can use it to pay down their debt, and everyone else can use it to stimulate the economy. Those are the two big things that I would say in terms of COVID recovery. Lots of comments about Jessica Hammond looking strong in her Haere, which is great. She is. That's really looking forward to seeing the results there tomorrow, because if Jess wins, you might get, depending on our party vote, you might get myself or even Shai in with her. Wouldn't that be
possible and incredible? Geoff, there's a cool question here for you actually. What was the best Meet the Candidates event you were invited to?
Oh, best Meet the Cat. Oh, we did one last night, which was really fun format called It's in the Ballot, which was kind of a mixture of It's in the Bag, like the old, John Hawkesby Selwyn Two Good Thing meets and Meet the Candidates event.
Is that was 80s, nice. 90s?
Yeah, 80s and 90s, yeah. You don't remember that? Oh, wow, okay, I'm showing my age. But also, I mean, Newtown was fantastic, nice and rowdy, lots of, big crowd, lots of good questions and heckling from the crowd. That's the kind of thing you want from a Meet the Candidates event for sure. Shai, would you agree the Nats essentially gave us the middle finger on the shore and no other party put forward a credible candidate?
Did they give us the middle finger is the question. Is that what it says?
I don't think he means top. I think he means the
us
shore.
As in the electorate?
Yeah.
I do feel like I don't want to use the word entitlement, but there's almost this sort of acceptance that it's been a blue seat for just so long. And so, very few other parties really tried to run a candidate. I wanted to do this and do it properly. So I've been running for the electorate as well as obviously our national campaign things. Not because I, thought that I was going to be wonderful and take all the votes or anything like that, but at the very least, our democracy relies on choice. Our democracy relies on a range of very credible candidates and providing options for the people to then choose who they want to represent them and not just be given one person and told to lump it, like it or lump it sort of thing. So I really worked hard to at least get my name out there and show people that they don't just have to vote blue because they always have. Obviously, we'll see what impact that has had. But certainly at the Meet the Candidate evenings, I did not hold back in challenging all parties on their ideas and their policies and what they're actually going to do for our area and the country generally as well. So, yeah, we'll see.
Nice. Question from Kat. I understand the ripple effect reducing housing costs will have on so much, absolutely, and hopefully some environmental benefits too. Where do you stand on our environmental issues in general? Well, I mean, I think what I would say about our approach to the environment is we want to see, we think we can have a flourishing economy, a vibrant economy, and we can improve the environment at the same time. We've got a lot of environmental problems and we need to be working on improving the environment. I mean, we've got a lot of policy on the environmental area. Again, you can look at our website, but I'd say the big thing for me is around climate change. We need to be making sure that all these investments coming out of the COVID recovery are going to get us towards a zero carbon economy. And again, that's not something that this government or national are really focused on enough. And we also, we can't buy our way out of the climate change problem just by planting pine trees. We have to stop that. We have to get fossil fuel emissions to zero as quick as possible. So that's a major thing that we need to do. Stop thinking that we can just offset our fossil fuel emissions. We have to get them right down.
And that means changing business practices.
Absolutely.
And raising the price of carbon as part of that approach. And as you said, Geoff, I am glad we're changing the conversation. And I think that has had an impact in getting rid of that kind of dichotomy that it's environment or economy. And that's just not the world that we live in. Progress, real progress for our country is both. And you just don't have to pick and choose anymore or have that mindset that you do.
Absolutely. All right, more questions. Mine keeps flipping through. Lots of support coming through for Jess Hammond, which is awesome. It was good to see her before. And thoughts on David Seymour pointing towards Hong Kong as evidence that property tax doesn't reduce housing prices. Well, I don't know about Hong Kong's tax situation. I mean, Hong Kong's technically part of China, so you know, the Chinese tax system is a complete anathema to me. But I do know David Seymour once pointed to Switzerland as an example of how you didn't need a capital gains tax to control house prices. Switzerland have basically our property tax. So I just don't believe anything David Seymour says when it comes to tax. I don't think, you know, I mean, but neither the Greens, right? Because none of these people, they pick and choose things from different tax contexts. You have to look at a tax system. You can't just say this country has this tax, you know, because the Greens say, oh, Switzerland has a wealth tax, and therefore it can work. But Switzerland don't have any company taxation, or it's very, very low. So the wealth tax is their major tax on all forms of investment, and that's why it's actually very similar to our tax proposal, what they do in Switzerland. Switzerland's tax system is much closer to what it would look like if TOP's tax policy was implemented than if the Greens got in. So, you know, you got to look at these things in the context.
This is why, Geoff, I wish all other parties had an economist like you leading them, because then they would understand at least what the starting point is, because I think that's a big thing for me with the Greens that I have noticed on this campaign trail, that they don't have a sound enough understanding of how our current system operates to then know what changes are needed or how their proposal will deal with this. You know, the outcomes.
Yeah, but the Greens policy is developed by the members, Shai, and so
yes,
you know,
that's true.
They're always going to be on an uphill battle in terms of coming up with something that's, you know, remotely sensible, frankly. Anyway, but so, and there's some talk in the stream about the threshold too, Shai. That is actually something I'm actually quite confident of if we get a Labor Greens government in. I think the Greens might hold Labor's feet to the fire and implement the findings of the MMP review to bring that threshold down. Some people saying, did National kill it under this term? And that's completely not the case.
No, as far as I understand, Labor just haven't had the guts to deal with it either.
Labor haven't been in any hurry to do anything about it, and New Zealand First simply, New Zealand First have been against it as well. So, but I think if it is just a Labor Greens government, I think the Greens might actually put their foot down and make that a bottom line, which would be...
or at least if progress is not made, because let's be honest, Greens don't have a lot of bargaining power anyway. If progress isn't made in this space, then everyone will know. Like, Labor will have nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
And everyone will know then, black and white, that they are doing everything they can to safeguard the amount of power that they already have, in which case I hope everyone gets up and really loud about that, because it's unacceptable. So let's hope and be optimistic that we will see positive change over the next 3 years in that space. That would be great.
Gee, there's a lot of comments on the stream and questions. Shai, I'm struggling to keep up with them.
I am as well. I tried to get through these. Sorry, everyone, just so you know, we just get random text from all the platforms that we're streaming to, and it just lists it. So it's kind of hard to find just questions, just so you know.
Yes.
Oh, I wanted to do a quick shout out. Sorry, thank you. I just saw a comment to remind me. This is really important. So I think it was yesterday, but my days are mixed up, so it might have been the day before. News Talk ZB opened up to supporters for people to call up to talk about why they're voting for the party that they are. So shout out to Courtney. I'm so sorry that I didn't hear it. I didn't know about it till afterwards, but I know that you called up, and we are all so grateful here at the team that you did. I'm sure it's really scary to sort of do something like that when it's not what you're used to. And it's just, yeah, we really, really appreciate it when anyone does that. So thank you.
Nice. Comment here from William saying the UBI is obviously fantastic for artists, but would like to see more of of an arts policy from top. And totally agree with you there, William. I mean, so top has a policy committee, they're an independent committee of experts that determine our policy or approve our policy. So that's the real different thing about top is that our policy is determined by experts, and our politicians, our political side doesn't get any say over that. So if you want to get involved in and develop a policy on, for example, the arts or any sort of area over the next 3 years, now is the time to do it. After this election, well, give everyone a couple of months rest, but next year, 2021, will be the time when top will be developing its new policy for 2023. So please don't wait until a week before the election to say, oh, have you thought about this? And send Shai and I emails about your great policy ideas, because there's no way that we make evidence-based policy. It takes time, it takes effort. If you've got the fortitude to go through that process, then we really keen to work with you. But that's in 2021. That's when we want to get all of our policy for the next election underway. So absolutely keen to develop more policy, in new areas, but it's got to be. It does take time, and you've got to be prepared to do the hard yards, because we need the evidence.
For sure. Okay, to change tact slightly, Geoff. This is a really fun question, I think, hopefully. It's, if you could sum up the opposition parties' campaigns in one sentence each, what would it be? Hey, look, it's Ben.
Okay, are we going to be
Oh, Ben.
Oh my God, this is so nice.
Hello.
I love these surprises.
Yeah, we thought we'd take a moment out of that. We're good. We went out, we collected the last of our hoardings. So that was fun. I got to ask people for my face back. And we're just taking a moment out of our 2-year-old's birthday, because she has turned 2 today.
Yeah, I saw that post today on Facebook. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We were meant to have her birthday party tomorrow, but then somebody decided to move the election. So we had to push it back a week. I didn't want politics chat at the party.
Fair enough.
Now I'm going to have to book tickets from Wellington.
Wouldn't it be great to have a 2-year-old birthday themed election party? We could have styled the whole thing around your daughter's birthday.
That really takes youth voting to another level.
Right. I've had a number of small children complain that they can't vote for me. Everyone at my son's daycare is heartbroken. And they see the top car pull up, and they're like, "It's Dad's face car."
They call it Eli's dad's face card. His dad's face car is here. His dad's face car is here. And they're more excited about the car than us. So.
Oh, they're gonna miss it. They're gonna miss it.
Top sticks around for like, what's that, 14 years? We're in. We got this.
Okay, good.
Secured that demographic.
Good work, Ben. Hey, Ben, I heard you on Magic Radio today. You were great, by the way. It was a great interview, as short as it was.
Thank you. It was a short talk, but it was really nice to be able to. I think that was my first proper radio interview as well. I've done a few different things, but I think that was the first time on radio.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
I liked that you got a wee shot in there.
Thank you, Geoff and Shai. It's been fantastic.
And thank you, Ben, for all your mahi. Honestly, Ben, like, you know, I have, and I think I've commented to this to Shai a few times. I've been like, you know, when everyone's like, oh, you guys are working so hard and all that sort of stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but how does Ben do it, man? Because he's got those little kids. It's like, wow.
It's me. I do.
Yes.
It's more than just that. I've got my father-in-law in the background here, who's my campaign strategy. There we are. It's Richard Nyhoff. He's been helping out on the trail as well. So I'm well supported at home, actually, and it's been a real pleasure to be able to run and to have all the support coming out. It's been amazing.
Well, thank you to everyone who has helped you be the amazing candidate you've been. And I am looking forward to you toppling David Clark and Michael Woodhouse tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Hard out.
Absolutely. Hey, hot chat. I think Michael Woodhouse doesn't make it back in.
Yeah.
So the math works out at 34.8%. If Liam Kernahan gets his seat in South D, Michael Woodhouse isn't back. And they're currently polling at 31. So he might be gone. Gone burger.
Oh, wow. That is a hot take, Ben. You bet some political pundits to that too.
Right, just saving the best for last.
Wow.
Sure did.
It's going to be an interesting
I'm
day
going to go
tomorrow.
get back to the party.
Okay.
But
thank you for dropping in.
Awesome. I look forward to it. I'll probably give you a call while you're partying up north.
Sounds good.
Please do. Please do.
Right. Bye.
Ka kite.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye, team.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I am loving this. Naomi!
What? Naomi's here too.
Oh my god, this is the best.
How are you seeing all this before I'm seeing?
I don't know, maybe my computer's faster. Hello.
Hey. Hello. I'm bombing you.
I love this.
Where are you, Naomi?
Are you guys being serious?
Oh, we're going in and out of seriousness.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're not being serious. We're at the pub.
Good.
Well,
who's we?
One of us being serious. She's checking the list to make sure we got all the footings down. But yeah.
Oh, good.
Good work, team.
Nice.
So it's not another pub quiz tonight with your vote top team.
Pardon? All the top teams here.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Epic.
So we've got all the footings down, and hopefully, and we're ready to party with you guys tomorrow. I've been working out my song list.
So good. Well, you can have my songs as well.
We've only got one so far, so.
What's your song, Naomi?
Oh, you gotta wait and see.
Oh. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to catching up with you tomorrow. Be good to see you. And is Hayden there now? Is Hayden there with you?
Hayden is, but he's at the bar. I told him to come and join me, but he's busy getting drinks for everyone. Hang on, I'll put him on. Hayden.
So great.
We're bombing the live stream.
Hayden. Good to see you, buddy.
Good, Hayden. Thank you again for bearing the freezing cold rain with me yesterday. I really appreciated that.
No worries, you stole my line though. I was a bit disappointed with it.
Which line was that?
About businesses going under if we keep going like that. You're like, use that line, and then you stole it. I was like, damn you.
I'm so sorry. Maybe I just got on a roll, but to be fair, I was so cold my brain had switched off.
And we did the roadshow that night, and I stole all the notes and took them off the paper.
Yeah, I was like, no one wants to help me out here. Stitch ups.
Poor Hayden. Hey, we still value and appreciate you.
No worries.
Nice.
Happy to help out.
It's all training, Hayden. It's training.
Hey?
Is that?
We're just training you for 2023, mate.
Exactly.
I got to think on your feet, eh? I like it. Teamwork.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, it's so nice to see you both, and excited to see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll go back to our drinks. You guys will go back to being serious.
See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Naomi.
Bye.
Ka kite.
Bye, team.
Sorry, I think you wanted to.
And before Naomi jumped in,
Hey, we've got Ben here. Wait, Jeff.
another
We've got
Ben.
Ben Atkinson.
Oh
dropping
no.
Oh my God.
This is getting out of hand.
I'm loving this. Like, I can't tell you how much joy my heart is filled with seeing all of our team pop in tonight. It's just, I love this. How
That is
are
great.
you, Ben?
Oh man, I'm amazing. I just had some beers with my volunteers and my fiance and a couple other top supporters down here, just down at the pub, which is literally like right on the corner of our electorate. Was really nice. First time I've actually had a few beers in a while, so
I bet.
yeah, well earned.
Did you get all your hoardings down?
Yeah, we got them down. Myself and my fiance got them down about 2 o'clock today.
Wow.
Oh,
That
wow.
is extremely organized. Mine hadn't all come down as we started the live, so I am incredibly grateful to the team who is still out there doing that.
Okay,
While I'm here with you guys.
Someone came up to me on the street today, and I'm leaning forward and yelling because we've just been talking to Naomi in a bar.
Maybe I was probably doing that.
Someone came up to me on the street today while I was taking down the hoardings and said, "I bet you're the only political party leader that's out taking down their own hoardings today." I was like, "Well, I still had help, so it was good."
That's how we do things, though, right?
That's right.
Ben,
that's right.
Ben, you have had a pretty incredible campaign down there. What has been the high for you?
Oh, I think just actually door knocking was heaps of fun, and the debates. Like, people are really accommodating. I thought people would be like, "Oh goodness gracious, leave me alone," but people like invite you in for a coffee and a tea or a glass of water. The debates were really good. I think we've had like about 11 and around 100 people at each debate, and they're all genuinely curious swing voters. Like,
yeah, that's
there's
great.
not a lot of tribal politics entering our debates down here, so everybody is really interested to hear what the other candidates have to say. So yeah,
Ben, dream.
And I have to say, Ben, I debated Eugenie Sage the other day, and she said what an amazing job you were doing down there. So
nice.
Congratulations,
yeah, she tried
mate.
to poach me already, so
Hands off. He's in our team.
yeah, no, she's been great to debate, and you know, one of the most knowledgeable candidates in our electorate, I must say, with a lot of new candidates kind of running. But it's been heaps of fun. I think probably one of my highlights was maybe one of the rest homes I went to, because they talk so loud when you're talking, and they don't realize that when they're heckling you, it's quite loud. And you can hear everything they say. So
yeah,
quite funny.
And
That's good.
You mentioned your partner was out helping you with taking your hoardings down. I mean, we've just been talking to a bunch of people, but one of the recurring themes is how much support all of our candidates get from their loved ones, you know, families and partners and friends. So, I mean, it's that sort of stuff is absolutely crucial, right? Because again, we're all of our candidates are volunteers too.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, Millie's been amazing, and a lot of my friends as well, and really wanted to have that thing with Millie where we talked about at the start, where I didn't want to like assign her a volunteer job, because I just wanted to be able to come home and be loved and supported and not feel like we're trying to work at home. all the time. So having a bit of
Yeah.
like separation there was super important.
Nice.
It's so good. I just think, yeah, I've been following your work from afar, Ben, and I've just been so incredibly proud that you are in our team.
Thank you. It's been
Absolutely.
heaps of fun. I've loved every minute of it. The worst part has just been Green supporters heckling me all the time, but you know, we can deal with them.
Yeah, we've
nice.
all been there.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I think that's a recurring nationwide theme.
Yeah. And I do think, Ben, you know, I mean, you know, obviously, we were a bit light on the ground in Christchurch this time around, but I mean, a person of your mana, you know, over the next 3 years, will be able to collect quite an incredible group of people around you in Christchurch, you know, and so 2023 will be a really different story.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've already got too many people for the amount of electorates we've got here that want to run. So that's a really good start. Yeah,
wow.
And some really, really talented people in different areas. So lots of people have shown interest, and our volunteer crew already want to keep rolling from, you know, next week. So
yeah, nice.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
That is so
well,
good.
that answers, because I saw another question popped up in the stream that somebody wanted to know that we are still going to be around, and yes, Top is going to be around.
Yes.
We're not going anywhere.
Hey, well, we've been going for an hour now, Shai. So we probably we're going to be around, but not here.
Well, I don't know if anyone else is surprising us. Ben, these surprises this evening, like I don't know who was contacting you or secretly doing this, but I just have to say, see you guys tonight. It's just, yeah, I love
to be
it.
Josiah. He's the man like that.
Yeah, I love
Hey,
it.
Ben, are you coming to Wellington tomorrow? Remind me, I've forgotten
I
who's.
sure am.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
Fantastic. It's going to be great to see you, man.
Yeah, looking forward to it, guys.
Are you bringing
it'll be
your heavy metal guitar?
I didn't pay for extra baggage, and I need to bring an amp as well. I think you guys would hate it, but
well, you can do some karaoke. I'm sure there's going to be some Motorhead.
I'm sure
or
you don't
on.
want me to do karaoke.
You've got to do at least one number, buddy. One number.
I think James McNally won't let me live it down if I don't. So
exactly. Oh yeah, James does. What did he do? Rammstein, I think, when I saw him do karaoke. So yeah. So
there you go.
Yeah. You'll be in good company.
Nice, perfect. Lovely to catch up with you too, and I'll see you both tomorrow.
All right, buddy.
Ben, so nice to see you.
Take care. Ka kite.
Bye.
See ya.
Oh.
All right. So that's us, team. I think we're about.
Wait, pause, caller.
Oh.
I need to say one last thing really quick.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to say it again tomorrow, but this is a more like chilled out with our supporters.
Okay.
Geoff.
Are you going to cry?
No, I'm going to hold it in and I'm going to be fine. So just let me have my moment.
Okay.
Geoff, genuinely, it has been an absolute pleasure working with you this whole year. And to see behind the scenes how relentless you are and how much overtime and how you put in every single hour of the day to Top is quite incredible. And I know a lot of people see, I'm sure they can see from the outside how hard you work, but truly behind the scenes, there is so much that goes into the running of a political party that I would have had no idea about even a year ago. And it's just genuinely been an absolute pleasure and an honor to work with you this year, Geoff. Thank you.
Thanks very much. And you, Shai. I mean, it's been a real pleasure to have you on board. I mean, all the candidates, to be honest, it's made my life a whole lot easier since we started appointing other candidates, because it feels like there's there's more of a shared face to Top. So I've really appreciated having the team and the sense of team that has developed over this past past few months. And you know, your skills are a great compliment to mine, I have to say. You know, all of the stuff that I'm crap at is the stuff that you're really good at. So you've made my life a lot easier.
Cool, team. Well, thank you.
Hang on, before we leave, we never answered that question about other parties' campaigns.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that question.
Yeah, I mean, basically, okay, well, Labor's easy, right? Because Labor's just taken National's campaign from the John Key area and just cut and paste it. Strong and stable governments. You know, Jacinda's the new John Key. That's been pretty straightforward. Let's keep moving without changing anything.
Without doing anything.
Yeah.
I'll do the Greens.
Okay.
Vote for a feeling.
Yeah. Nice. National, where let's criticize everything. Oh, but we're not negative. Oh, let's criticize everything, but we're not being negative.
I think it's who's going to roll next. I think that's the campaign.
Yeah. It's like the French Revolution, basically. And ACT. Well, yeah. I mean, ACT have just dusted off the 1990s neoliberal playbook, right? It's pretty astounding to just dust off the old 1990s stuff.
Yeah, I think theirs has just been populism rules, and like that's their thing.
Well, it's definitely working for them. Anyway.
Good to end on a light note, anyway.
On a light note, yes, and New Zealand First would be, we'll stop everything. Vote for us.
We won't let anyone do anything ever.
We won't let anyone do anything. Yes, yeah, it's quite.
Unless you pay for it privately in our foundation, then we'll do whatever you want. Oh, the fraud.
Oh, there's a good line here. ACT is the 180s revival we don't want. That's true. That is true.
That needs to go into a panel because that is so good.
I wish I could sing Wham, because now tomorrow night I want to get those little fluoro shorts and the Choose Life t-shirts, and I want to sing Wake Me Up before you go. But I just can't sing Wham. I'm sorry. I'm more of a Johnny Cash kind of range.
I'm sure there'd be a lot of people who'd be happy to see you in that outfit. Surprised how many comments that are made in that regard. So with that,
all right. Thanks very much for your. I
just like making him. It's the last time I can make him feel uncomfortable, so I'm going to take it.
Alrighty. Okay.
And lastly, to all of you for tuning in, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for being determined and being brave and being bold in how you're voting. And we truly value you so much. So thank you.
Ka kite anō, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Sometime between 7 and 8 p.m. I think would be where we will attempt to do a live stream, but we'll let you know tomorrow.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
All right. Ka kite anō.